Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I had a few people ask me because I made this video a couple days ago, and I'll link it here and it'll be linked down below also, with my little video on the basics of how to build muscle quickly and how to get 90% of your progress to 95% of your progress. And some people asked me, why didn't I mention dietary fat minimums when I said fat should be the lowest priority? And the reason for that is that fat minimums start to become less critical when you're in a caloric surplus, even for the drug-free lifter. And I was giving people advice on how to bulk and get bigger, and telling people to be gaining weight. And what you're going to find, unless someone is disregarding my advice and bringing in some other advice from another source, they're not going to have a fat deficiency. If you're eating normal foods and you just eat a low-fat diet, not to where you're trying to find the lowest fat foods you can possibly find and eating only skim milk and trimming all the fat off your chicken breast and avoiding all oils, nuts, avoiding oats because it's a higher fat grain than other grains. Unless you're really going that extreme and you're in a caloric surplus, and most people are going to very quickly be needing 3,000 calories or more to gain weight if they're lifting weights hard and following the advice I gave as a healthy male. Unless you're really going out of your way to eat nearly zero fat foods, you're not going to be fat deficient, or your fat intake isn't going to be low enough that you're not producing hormones appropriately as a result of it. This tends to become a much larger problem for people who are very seriously restricting dietary fat when they are cutting. So there was no need to convolute that advice or make it more complex than it needed to be. For most people, if you're eating at least balanced normal foods, just eating a normal diet and just keeping your fat on the low end and putting a bigger focus on carbs and protein, the odds that you're going to be fat deficient or not be consuming enough is going to be very, very low. You would have to be bastardizing my advice and not taking it and be bringing in some other advice from another source for your diet, such as trying to restrict all fat out, in order for that to be a problem. Most people who eat a varied mixed diet and change their foods day to day, and they're not really going out of their way to bottom out their fat intake, are just not going to have a problem. So to keep it simple and to keep the advice easy and appropriate, there's no need to mention the minimums. All right, guys, so that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.